Okay, give some to Joel. Show it to Joel. Yeah. Oh.
Oh, don't touch the birds. No. Don't touch the birds. No, they're gross. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, guys, give Joel some bread.
Mom, he threw the whole piece.
Well, Isaac, you gotta give him little pieces. He doesn't understand. Here you go, Joel. Here's a piece. Okay, now you try.
Joel's almost 5, right?
Yeah.
But he can't talk.
It's true.
Yeah.
You can talk.
Yeah, no.
Why can't Joel?
Well, Joel got sick right after he turned 1. And,
Kind of slowed him down a little bit, buddy.
so he's just slower than most kids. I think eventually he'll catch up.
You think Joel will read?
Yeah, I think Joel will read eventually.
Of course. It's just the way. Because,
Yeah.
Joel's supposed to be a boy. But he's a baby. He's a boy.
Yep, he's a boy baby. It's just about right. You know, there's lots of things Joel isn't good at, but there's some things he is good at. What is he good at?
Eating, laughing.
Yeah.
I'm good at making him laugh.
You are good at making him laugh. How do you make him laugh?
I fall down.
Yeah. It's really funny when you fall down.
He's good at showing us what he loves.
Yeah. What does Joel love? Wawa. In cups, bathtubs, and the warm, wet tongues and the cool fur of dogs. And maybe the sweet was of daily affection. And bye-byes. And blown kisses. And more. Oh, always more. This full list of words. So few words. What is pain without a word? What is hope without a word for it? Who is God? What is joy? Who am I to him? Dada.
Ready? Set. Go. Okay, ready, set.
do you think, Isaac? He's in a hospital, so they're taking care of him. And that's how he gets his food? His food goes through that too. Yeah. You want to touch him? Yeah? Why don't you just pat his cheek, okay? Okay. Pat his cheek. Yeah. See? It's Jolly. Yeah. You want to touch him, Caleb? No? Okay. You can just pat his head over here if you want. What do you think, Isaac? He's in the hospital, so they're taking care of him. And that's how he gets his food. His food goes through that too. Yeah. You want to touch him? Yeah? Why don't you just pat his cheek, okay? Okay. That is a duck.
Hey babe, just got done at the doctor. Now they think that maybe he's throwing up all the time because he has acid reflux. So they gave me a medication and we can give it to Joel, and they said we have to give it at least 3 full days, but that if he's still throwing up after that we can come back. And I mentioned the head tilt thing again, even though they keep saying it's not related, but you always have to mention that one weird outlying thing. So I told them how his head was tilted to the right, but they still say that that's probably not related at all. So I guess we'll just give this a try, and I don't know, I'll tell you more about it when you get home.
Cancer's involved. And you are fearless. That cold. Hey, do you want to rock? Okay, let's rock. There we go. Oh, shh, 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 shh.
babe, I was just thinking, do you ever think maybe Joel can hear better than he's supposed to be able to? Because I know, like, it's supposed to be moderate to severe hearing loss, but sometimes, like today, he hears music playing before I do. So I saw him dancing, and I had to look around to hear that a song was playing. And I just don't, like, if his hearing loss is that bad, I can't imagine. I don't know. I just wonder about it. Anyway, call me later. Bye.
Oh, hey. I just wanted to take a shower. Is that okay? Are you okay with Joel? Okay, thanks.
Easy. Easy. Hey, easy, Axel. Isn't that funny? Isn't that goofy? Yeah. He snatches it out of your hand.
Oh, doggy kisses, huh?
And not reacting on all emotions.
Here we go, bye.
It's a real puppy. Why is he grabbing crazy? It's a real puppy.
Yeah.
What if people like to grab it? clean up eggs again. A dozen eggs on the kitchen floor again. So we have to get a new lock for the fridge. It's so hard to clean up eggs from the floor. Like, they just spread around and they don't come clean no matter what you do. So I was just so frustrated, but you should have seen them together. They were so proud of themselves. Joel and Elijah just sitting there with their eggs. Isaac said he thinks they want to be cookers. All right. Talk to you soon. Bye. Hey, honey, we're on our way home from the hospital now. So if you wanted to preheat the oven starting in about 30 minutes, that would work, and we could throw in that lasagna. Do you know how they celebrate off-treatment day, like when kids are done with their treatments? I guess maybe you don't because you're not in the clinic as much as I am, but on someone's last day, they always bring them a cake, and they sing Happy Off Therapy Day to you. Anyway, that happened today. I mean, it happens a lot, but today I cried. I just wanted that day so bad, you know? We're not ever gonna get that day. If he's better, we won't know that he's better. We don't get a day. Anyway, okay, call me if you can. Like, there's probably traffic, so I could talk on my way home. All right, bye. How long is it going to be before we can have some answers? Did anyone ask the doctor?
Okay, is it just doctor on call or is this our doctor? Well, because the on-call doctor is just your resident.
Our doctor? It just seemed like yesterday in clinic they were going to let us go. I just want to know what the plan is.
Who canceled the treatment?
Isn't it dangerous for him not to get it? I thought he needed it.
I know you're just doing what you're saying. Can I just talk to the doctor about what
guess you are done. I love you, my friend. This is my favorite game. Do you see? Watch how I started. You touch it right here, then the big lion comes. You know a scary lion? It's so loud. I can roar just like him. Yeah, hear me roar? Why? Don't be afraid. You might want to cover your ears. Here comes the animals. Pterosaurs is my favorite.
This terrible routine, watching you, waiting for you to wake, hoping you will never remember these days of illness and treatment. One day, I'll bring you here, show you your tiny handprints on the wall, and you'll be annoyed that we all think of you as some big miracle. Cancer will be such a small part of all you could grow to be. You will tire of hearing about it. You won't want to see the cards and notes I saved. And I won't mind at all. I'll hold the memories of this hard day. You just leave it behind.
First thing in the morning, the horse checks his email. The new cotton bill. It's the horse's birthday. Farmer Bill made a carrot cake. Farmer Bill plays Go Fish with the ducks. The ducks always win. In the winter, Farmer Bill plays hockey on the pond with the ducks. Farmer Bill always wins, but the ducks perform mightily. At the square dance at night, Farmer Bill swings Bessie the cow round and round. Woo! 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 The cows and the horses get together for cards at night. The pigs wash the dishes after supper. Farmer Bill separates the sheep from the goats. Sheep go to heaven. Goats go to town.
I'm sorry, guys. It's not good. I'm sorry, guys. It's not good. Parents always ask how big. Wrong question.
They've always been clear.
They should ask where it is. Location is everything. Slow death or quick, symptoms and losses all come down to where.
How big is it?
Well, it's in the frontal cortex. And it's quite small at this point, but unfortunately the size isn't terribly important. Any recurrence means the chemotherapy has failed. This is a tragedy. With an ATRT, as soon as you have a recurrence of any kind, it is fatal. It's only a matter of time before it spreads to several locations. We've already thrown all the chemotherapy we have at it. We can't continue to give him chemotherapy that we know it's resistant to. So there just aren't any treatment options that are curative.
We're very good at end-of-life care. We're very good at managing the pain and masking symptoms at the end of life. How long are we talking about?
A few weeks to maybe 4 months.
So, the radiation would buy us some time.
No, nothing will really buy us any time at this point. It just can make the time you have left more comfortable. So, we'll schedule you to come back in Monday, and we'll have some options for you to consider. We're so sorry.
Thank you.
How do you do this?
We can do this because it is an honor to know Joel and to know you, to treat him and to be here for you during this difficult time. Thank you. That means a lot.
You're welcome. I'm sorry, guys. It's not good.
Am I on?
They've always been clear. George had a recurrence of a tumor. Where is it? How big is it? Well, it's in the frontal cortex, and it's quite small at this point, but unfortunately the size isn't very important. Any recurrence means the chemotherapy has failed. This is a tragedy. With an HERT, as soon as you have a recurrence of any kind, it is fatal. It's only a matter of time before it spreads to several locations. We've already thrown all the chemotherapy we have at it. We can't continue to give them chemotherapy because they know it's resistance. We're just starting to take options that are curious.
We're very good at
I have so many things stirring around in my spirit that I have to write to settle myself and find God's wisdom in the midst of chaos. I'm scared I won't be strong enough to face the things we might have to face in the coming weeks and months. But then I remember how much grace God gave us to walk out everything we've already faced. I've never felt completely overwhelmed, and I've never felt alone. So no matter what comes next, and I truly cannot even begin to guess how this will go, I know we will be cured. I want to shout out, look what God is about to do. Watch how he delivers Joel. And at the same time, I want to roll up in a silent ball and wait it out with fear and trembling, so aware of all my doubt, but yet convinced that my doubt is insignificant compared to God's faithfulness.
Guys, are you ready for bed?
Joel, lay down. Okay. Should we do a song?
Sure.
Okay, big boys, why don't you come in here and we'll sing the littles a lullaby.
I'm tired.
I know, it's bedtime. Ugh, okay. Oh, Elijah, lay down.
Babe, did you even check in his mouth?
Joel, no.
Joel has chicken stuffed in his cheeks for dinner.
Get it out, that is so disgusting.
Been in there for the last 2 hours. Okay, hold on, I'm trying.
We've been through so much already. This is a new degree of tragedy, but it's not so much different from the struggle we've already been living. We pressed into God. We pressed into faith. We fought until we found peace. We stood in peace when our flesh wanted to strive more. We stood in peace when it started to feel like laziness or foolishness or both. We waited for God to direct us specifically in prayer because all the directions we had initiated had not panned out. We prayed for no nausea, because that's what we felt in our spirits we were supposed to pray, even though we'd prayed it countless times before while Joel continued to vomit. We saw one small miracle, and then another. We waited to pray specific things until we were given specific direction, and we saw bigger miracles. And yet, if you asked either of us if we were doing enough, trying hard enough, we would say no.
I had been in this room with my father before, during the brief window where he wasn't dying but was instead getting better. That wasn't the man I saw this time. I saw the other one, the one who cried out and needed holding, the one who fell asleep for 20 seconds and then woke up a different person each time. There was a clear part right in the middle of it, a minute or so, where everything was calm before his tour of hell resumed. That was goodbye, even if no one said it. I don't think I will ever get better after having seen that. I think this is the kind of knowing that stays with you. I can reach into my pocket now and find it there.
The ravenous reverie of waking is but a distant memory. Or was it a dream? I can't remember the last time I woke up hungry. Not so long ago, carefree, welcoming the challenge of yoga on paddleboards, springing through the rain and over puddles at the reservoir track. Weathering several storms since entering the first battlefield over 2 years ago. A succession of precise scalpels, high-energy beams, and pharmacological strategies. A journey no one asks for. Still standing, spirit unyielding but not the same. With each treatment, an imprint, evidence of what came before. Willing rogue mutinous cells to yield to my current tailored chemical onslaught. Stay put and do not multiply. Or better yet, disappear altogether. By the will of God, through the tools of modern medicine, with the support of family and friends. Onward.
I am at Seattle Children's Hospital, and nobody wants to be here. Even as an internationally recognized temple of healing, every inch of it is terror. Every cubic inch of every room that is not occupied by terrified children and terrified parents is filled to its capacity with a terror wholly unique to that family, which no other person has any power to comprehend. There is art on the walls and rooms which is designed to evoke a jungle of some kind, and I resent it. Every giraffe is my sworn enemy. Even though every natural law indicates it, even though popular culture is rife with examples, even though the arc of his condition moved with haste in a particular direction, specifically down. I was very surprised when my father died. I was surprised that he could. It wasn't merely naivete. Those afflicted with his particular cancer number less than 100. It is the sort of cancer that excites a doctor. One of the things that is so exciting about this cancer is that it apparently didn't form the hard masses we use to find the disease. Rather, it converts the meat of your abdomen into a kind of undifferentiated doom. What might happen is that they will attempt to draw your blood and instead draw out the green syrup that was once your guts. Shortly thereafter, they will tell you and your family that the fight is over.
I think he like just put too much in his mouth, sweetie. Yes.
He was just saying that for later.
Dear Eli, I feel nothing but pride for the way you battled cancer. I remember the way you learned to ride your tricycle down the hospital hallway instead of down the sidewalk like other 3-year-olds. It was hard for me to pray to God, thy will be done, when I really just wanted so desperately for him to heal you. In the 4.5 years that you dealt with harsh treatments, only once did you ask why God let you get cancer. I hope he has been able to explain the why to you, as I have always believed that he knew how strong you were and wanted to use you and your situation to positively impact so many lives. I remember how you never let me go to bed without telling me that you loved me and how those were your very last words to me. You taught me what was truly important in life, son. Still now, years after you left Earth, people are impacted by your life and the lessons you taught us. Thousands of people from around the world read your blog and still feel such a strong connection to you, even though they never met you in person. You would be happy to know that we continue to sell the Beat Cancer t-shirts that you love so much. We're still using them to raise awareness and funds for childhood cancer research and family and patient support programs. When you passed away, my greatest fear was that you would be forgotten. So many people still talk about you and how you changed their lives. That is such a precious gift to me as your father. Eli, you truly impacted more lives in your almost 8 years on Earth than many people do in a lifetime. I love you, buddy, and I can't wait to see you again. Love, Dad.
As this long day draws to a close, I am tired, but I'm not sleepy. My face is puffy from crying. I have a dry throat and dry hands, a slight headache, and a desire to write down absolutely everything. I want to describe the feeling of being entirely empty and entirely resolute. I want to explore how I can be deeply sad and incredibly hopeful at the same time. I want to talk about holding Joel's hand, walking down the hall, wanting to soak in the moment, to memorize the feeling of having his hand and mine, to let it matter, and then hating that my thoughts swing to, because what if I can't hold his hand one day? And hating that thought, wishing I could just appreciate each second of Joel without that appreciation spilling into the pre-morning I refuse to do because I believe he will live. But instead of fighting the brief thoughts of mourning, choosing to fight instead that lie that says that those thoughts betray some doubt, some mistrust of God, when I know that those thoughts make me human. That God knows I am human. He doesn't make Joel's victory dependent on me never feeling unsure. Saving it for later, babe. Like you needed a midnight snack.
Hey, the little chipmunk.
Oh my goodness. Okay. A big version of a little chipmunk. Couldn't swallow. Do you remember that from the surgery? How it hurt his ability to swallow, so we had to give him bottles.
in California?
I don't actually know. That's kind of why we're packing up everything, is because if the trial works really well, then maybe we'll stay in California for a really long time. Like, as long as it keeps helping Joel, then we want to stay and do the best we can for him and stay there for him. I won't let myself hold anything back this time. I would rather feel distant.
I remember the day I was diagnosed. I remember the hallucinations from the high fever of 5-year-old's nightmares. I remember my mother silently weeping in the doctor's office. I remember friends and family gathered around my hospital bed in prayer. I remember the 2-hour ambulance ride to St. Jude where they could better care for me. I remember the 2.5 years of weekly chemo treatments, the numerous lumbar punctures and bone marrow aspirates. I remember Doctors Bell, Dahl, and Kalwinsky, nurses Jean, Judy, and Dale, Miss Chris in social work, Darlene in travel, all part of the team that cared for me. I am a walking memorial to their successes. I remember the other patients I'd see each time I went to the hospital for chemo. I remember when some stopped coming. I knew what that meant. I remember the years of summer camp for children with cancer, children like me. I remember their laughter and the midnight talks of fears and joys, normal kid stuff. Some less so. I remember when some stopped coming. I knew what that meant. But I remember them. I am, and other survivors are, memorials to those who lost their fights.
I would rather feel disappointed and let God heal my heart than to feel like I did not push myself as far as I possibly could in faith for my son.
So maddening sometimes. You know what she wrote on the eve of Joel's first surgery? The one back in January when we first found the tumor? I seriously feel like a kid on Christmas Eve. I'm pleading for God to spare his life, and I'm tempted to despair because self-inspection leads me to conclude I shouldn't expect much of anything. Yet my wife is expecting a surprise party from the Lord, replete with presents, supernatural miracles. I envy her.
Hop in bed, boys. Let's go.
Boys, get in bed.
Oh, can you at least tell us a story?
Sure.
Okay. This is the story of a very brave knight named Joel.
Joel the baby knight?
Yes, Joel the baby knight, but he's also Joel the very brave knight. He was being chased by a dragon named Cancer.
Because of his tumor?
Mm-hmm.
Where does the dragon live?
In a forest.
Is the dragon big? Does the dragon breathe fire?
So much fire, you guys.
So, Joel has armor, like a sword and a shield and stuff?
Ooh, or maybe a spear?
Yeah, that sounds good. So brave Sir Joel with his sword and his shield and his awesome spear and his super jumping ability was being chased by a dragon named Cancer.
What other superpowers does he have?
He also has grace.
That's not a superpower.
It's the best superpower.
You guys know what grace means?
Yeah, it's kind of like help.
Yeah, it's kind of like hope. You know, and he's not the only one who's ever tried to fight this dragon. You know, some very brave knights have fought this dragon and lost. And some are able to drive the dragon off, and they can go home, and they can quit fighting the dragon.
Joel's been fighting this dragon for a long time, huh?
A long time.
But Joel found a nice empty cave where he could rest. And it seemed like the dragon couldn't find him. But just when he thought that the danger was past, the dragon found his hiding spot and came after him in the cave.
Well, that dragon's going to kill you. Joel's going to lose.
Why do you say that?
Because Joel is just a baby. Babies can't kill dragons.
Right. The baby can't kill a dragon. But that's the best part of this. God fights for Joel. So he fights that dragon cancer right with Joel. And we know that God can win even if Joel can't. That's grace.
Well, what about Tim from Church Mom? He died from cancer. Wasn't God fighting for him? Didn't he have grace?
Of course, God fought for Tim too. Tim fought so well. He's so brave and so strong. God let him rest. It may have seemed like the dragon won because Tim died. We know that Tim's in heaven and that he's with God and that God is so proud of him. So maybe for Tim, getting to be done fighting was great. Ryan! Oh, Ryan, get in the boat.
I can't.
You have to, you'll drown.
We're already drowning. How can you sit there like that?
Despair doesn't help with anything.
Neither does false hope. And I'm not despairing.
How can you say false hope? You're drowning.
Well, you're missing your oars. And you don't even know where you're going. And yet you're so sure you're gonna get there.
It's better than
enjoy floating on the surface like you always do.
There's nothing deep about drowning. Just get in the boat.
You have to let me feel this! Someone has to.
That's not fair. I love him as much as you do. I just really believe we're going to be okay. I'm sure my expectation looks like denial, but seeing Joel dying does not make me any less certain that he will be healed. In some ways, I feel more certain, not because the same doubts don't come to me, but because I know that they will not be entertained much longer, because this chapter is almost finished, and we will have an ending one way or the other. So the doubts and fears that make me reaffirm that even if I'm wrong, this is where I stand, become less and less powerful. People's consolatory words of comfort meant to reassure us and help us accept Joel's death don't sit well with me. They aren't offensive because I know the heart behind them is good, but they are weak words because it's so obvious to me that death is the given. I don't have to work to be ready for it or accept it. It is coming whether I would accept it or not. It has been coming slowly for so long. I don't have to work to understand that Joel is dying. It is obvious. Heaven is amazing. And so I'm not worried about death. It will come regardless of where I stand and wait. But now, death is circling close enough for redemption to finally feel closer. I'm reminded that having faith does not mean denying what is happening to Joel. Faith means knowing exactly what is happening and also knowing that God has a truth that trumps every other fact.
Dear Mr. Barnett, I'm not sure if this letter will get to you. However, I felt the need to write to you in your company. My daughter recently passed away after a long battle with cancer. She was only 14 years old. In our short time with her, we saw her transformed from our wonderful little girl into a sickly child who spent far too many days in her bed full of pain. We worried that we would never see her happy again. Well, the hospital gave her access to a computer, and she found her way to your game. I'm unsure really what it is, but from the day that she began playing Legends of Terrace, our daughter changed. She sat up, she was excited, she smiled again. She told us all these stories about what she was doing in the lands, all the things she wanted to do in real life but was too sick to try. She swam in the ocean, rode a horse, she had birthdays, bought a house, and she went on adventures with these new friends from all over the world. I don't know how to explain the happiness that it brought to us. For a short while, our daughter returned to us. She'd regained the wonder and an optimism that the illness had taken from her.
She talked about the strange lands that you had made, the creatures, magical things, and adventures she went on. She lost her battle for life, but you helped bring our daughter back for a short time. And for that, we're eternally thankful. Sincerely, Julie.
Dear Julie, thank you for your letter. I am honored to have played any small part in bringing your daughter joy. She will be missed within the game. I knew your daughter as Hanara of the Knights Guild. In our world, she lived in Devardic and defended the city many times from the forces of evil. Your daughter may have ultimately lost her battle with that dragon Cancer, but in my game, she was the Dragon Slayer. Since you don't know much about the game or who she was there, I'm sending you a screenshot of one of your daughter's adventures. Sincerely, Paul.
We miscarry at week 12. Sad, sad. But surely the next one will go better. It does. We relax after week 12. The belly grows. We take pictures. Alex talks and plays music to the little one inside. I walk in the frozen North Sea. Skip the sauna. No risk to this one. Week 29, a sonogram bonus. Twins! We float on air. We brainstorm names. Week 31, we crash. Too soon. Too soon. They whimper, open eyes, look into ours. Off to the incubators. We drag ourselves home, cry, hope, pray. We visit, touch, keep track on a wall chart. Stefan's heart beats strong. He grasps a finger. Then he fades. His brain bruised from breech birth. Day 5, he dies. We grieve, but pray for Nicholas. He gains weight. His heart is strong. Then he too fades. His intestinal tract necrotic, falling apart. Day 10, Nicholas dies. We want to die too. We despair into darkness, but hold together. Not easy when a child dies. The what-ifs torment for a while. What if I hadn't swum? If I hadn't lifted groceries? If we'd had a different doctor? But we go on to have 3 wonderful living children. Still, we miss these 2 always.
So, how long will we be in California?
I don't actually know. That's kind of why we're packing up everything, is because if the trial works really well, then maybe we'll stay in California for a really long time. Like, as long as it keeps helping Joel, then we want to stay and do the best we can for him, stay there where he's getting help. But if the medicine starts to not work, as soon as it's not helping him, I promise we'll come back home.
Huh. The sunset looks pretty from here. The orange glow cast on the wall. Better than the muted colors of this hospital. I wonder why they choose blues and greens. They, the ones who choose the colors that heal. Green for life. Blue. For comfort. Purple stripes to hide the stains. This chair is too small and sticks to my skin. I hate vinyl. Blue, purple. The ocean, maybe? No, under the ocean. Silent, warm, and salty, like tears. He won't stop crying. I don't blame him. He feels miserable. I hate that we're here. I hate that he's sick. I just want him to feel better. I hate this room. I didn't used to. For a moment, it was an adventure. I was cast as the compassionate and caring father, holed up with his fragile son in a small cleft in the rocks. The storm raging, waves ripping at the sharp black rocks below, and enveloped in my arms. He feels safe, and I am holding him firmly, trying not to slip. Because if you hold tight enough, nothing will take him. Right? Hey, Jolie, shh. Oh, don't throw your head, buddy. Don't. Here we go. Bouncing around. Do you like that? Oh, I love your giggle. Bounce around. Is that funny? A bounce, a bounce, a bounce, bounce, bounce. Well, he won't stop crying. I'm hungry. I wonder if he's hungry. He's screaming louder. Buddy, don't you want juice? He hits the box. I don't catch it. He drinks it greedily. Big, deep gulps. Okay, Jolie, that's enough. Breathe, kiddo. And he does. And I wipe his face of snot, and tears, and juice. And then he vomits, and I catch it. I always catch it. I know you're thirsty, buddy, but you'll throw it up. No, don't grab too hard. You'll squirt all the juice out. Here, let me have it. It's so late, Joel. Lay down. I can't hold you. I can't make you feel better. Shh. Shh. Okay, buddy, okay. I'll hold you. Shh. Shh, 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 shh. Oh, Joel Bug. You look so miserable. No! Don't hit your head on the bars, Joel. Joel! I know you're mad. Please stop. Please. Stop. I shake. I weep. I pray. I plead. I need peace. I am empty. You are. I don't know all that you are. You are there. I want you here. I want you to call my son. I cannot. And you've brought us this far. He's still here, not dead, not there, with you. Oh God, I want him here with me. Please. Peace. He sleeps. Thank you. There's a story in the Bible where Jesus and his disciples are on a boat. And a furious storm hits the sea, and everyone thinks they're gonna die. And where do you think Jesus is? Rowing alongside them? No. He's asleep in the back of the boat. So his disciples are freaking out and wake him up, and they say, "Don't you care if we drown?" So Jesus gets up and he says to the storm, "Quiet, be still." and the sea becomes completely calm. Then he asks his disciples why they are so scared and if they have any faith at all. Like he was frustrated with them. Because even though Jesus said, let's go to the other side of the lake, his disciples thought he was going to just let them die.
Oh, we're in Nevada. We're in Nevada. We're in Nevada. We're in California.
So, now that we're in California, how much longer to San Francisco?
About 3.5 hours, bud.
Oh.
Well, it's 10 a.m. now, so that means you guys can grab one more item from your road trip bags.
And it's my turn to be the king.
Oh, Elijah, it's okay. You were a very good, noble, just, and true king. But now we have to do what Isaac wants.
My best edict as king is dance like monkeys for 30 minutes.
Maybe like 5 minutes?
Nope, nope, babe. He said 30. We must do what he says.
This is the worst. Someone make Elijah the king.
There's monkey tickles.
My second edict as king is Elijah gets to be the king.
Oh.
Just kidding.
Good joke, King Isaac. What's the matter, Elijah? Was that too loud for you? Oh, I'm sorry.
So Joel died. Everyone does eventually, I suppose.
They are weak, but he is strong. Yes, Jesus loves joy. Yes, Jesus loves joy. Yes, Jesus loves joy. He loves joy so much. Oh, he loves joy. The Bible tells us so.
But more than that, if he does die, will Jesus even care? Will he weep for him as he did for Lazarus? Will he weep for me? I think greater than my fear of death is that of insignificance. Rather, my default assumption is that my thoughts and passions and loves and the stuff of my being are insignificant. How could the creator of all that is and ever was love my son as he did Lazarus? And could my soul stranded on this blue raft awash in a sea of stars, ice, and dust matter enough to him to turn his hand in mercy? Jesus wept for Lazarus. 5 minutes later, he raised Lazarus from the dead.
I'm sorry. I should have known we'd both end up in the same place. We always do. It just scares me every time. I just really believe he'll be healed. I know you believe too, just when you act like that, I get all unsure.
I don't know that.
What do you mean?
I just hope that. I don't know.
All right, kids, you know what time it is.
Do you think that hope is dangerous?
No.
Are you sure? Hope like this. Hope that can't be rewarded.
Hope is always good.
I can't help thinking it would be easier for them if they didn't hope like this.
But what's the alternative?
They are close now. Closer than they will ever be. Until their own moment.
But it's like standing too close to a fire. It burns a little. It's too much.
They're not really made to linger at the threshold.
But when they push in anyway, look how they shine.
Look how they crumble.
It can't be helped.
Father, I pray that you bless the night over there. I pray that you bless your business. Father, I pray right now that you would just, as we come tonight to pray for Joel, I've never seen a miracle tonight. Just like the disciples,
pray with all the strength, with all the faith that is in us, Lord. There is no time left for this child on this earth. And God, so we come to you, Lord, with faith of little children, with faith as small as a mustard seed. And Lord, we speak in the name of Jesus. Oh my God, let this child's soul come back to you.
He was not in the wind. He was not in the earthquake. He was not in the fire. He was here in a gentle whisper.
So here we are. And the air is emptier without his laugh, and yet our hearts are still full, but with a different drink. And this ride we've been on for so long is silent. And so also the Lord. And so we sit here in this new silence and long for the music to start again and for the disc to spin again, even if it means going round and round for many more years. For at least we would be moving and Joel would be laughing here on earth and not only in heaven. But in this space, I sense his silence is only because he is drawing his breath. And now we know love and longing, empty and full, all in one moment. And I am grateful that we loved him well, and that we miss him well. And I hope that in the Lord's next breath, he will whisper his love song to you, his beloved, and that you will know him differently and more deeply. But now, we grieve in silence, yet not without his presence.
I remember you. You made it too. I'm glad you're here. I love it here. I bet you have liked it too. Look at all of these pancakes. Did you ever see pancakes like this? They're big as moon. A big one is for me. A little one is for my dog. I always wanted a dog, and now I got one. I even got to name it Manju. Whoa, Bubbles? Manju doesn't catch a bubble. She likes to bite them. I love Bubbles. Look, I can catch one. I want more Bubbles. I love the bubbles. Do you see a rainbow in a pebble? I'm here, Manju. Have another pancake. I can eat whatever I want. I never fall.